Hey all, yet another day and I'm rushing to prepare a quick breakfast for the family. Zain is having his usual dosa with ghee, onions and pori. I'm making anda bhurji and bread for us, super easy, tasty and healthy. I had some soya chunks, one potato and a tomato left over from last night. I will use that up too. Today is a very busy day, a lot of tasks lined up. We are traveling next week and there are hundreds of things that needs to be completed before we go. The trick to make this scrambled eggs extra tasty is this green chutney, pepper and coriander leaves to garnish. And masala chai to go with it. I normally am not a fan of tea, but cardamom ginger tea I don't say no to. Have you ever tried sprinkling some powdered sugar on your toasted bread and butter? If not, do try it out. This is my childhood favorite snack and it is so good. Path helped me with offloading the dishwasher while I cleared the utensil basket in the utility. We are trying to pace up our work since we have to pack our bags for the travel. When any work is done together, it's more enjoyable and finishes faster, isn't it? There's so much to do when you travel with kids. You have to plan in advance, make sure you don't forget anything. Visa, forex card, currency exchange, self-care like saloon, shopping if needed, and not to forget packing the whole house. We mostly booked hotels with kitchenette. We are happy to eat the local food there, but for Zain it won't be possible. And I always vouch for a tummy full kid equals to a happy kid. This is my experience.
First proper Layla.
Look nice, no? That's For lunch, I wanted to keep it simple and so decided to make rasam rice. As a Bengali, if you ask me, one South Indian food that I love would be rasam, and now both of my kids love rasam. I'm also making bhindi aloo fry to go with it. I have learnt that the tomatoes has to be nice and ripe for the tasty rasam. Some of you have asked me how do I maintain my stainless steel karai. One of the trick is to heat the karai really well and then add oil. If you add oil first and then heat, there will be some yellow or black stains that would be difficult to remove. For the rasam, I am roasting 2 tablespoons of peppercorns, 2 tablespoons of jeera and coriander seeds, few dry red chilies and few cloves of garlic with the skin on. Tamarind and jaggery powder with hot water. Removing the skin of tomatoes and mashing them up along with the tamarind water. For the tadka, I have added mustard seeds, curry leaves, dry red chilies, hing and the paste I just made. Super quick cucumber salad, lemon juice, salt and red chili flakes for dressing. And with that, lunch is ready, easy, tasty and soulful. Anyway, let's get into what we packed for the trip. I find packing cubes to be very helpful. This keeps everything organized and it's very easy to find things when we reach our destination. Especially with the kids, it's very convenient. Things like a separate bag for the innerwear and socks, toiletries, makeup, shoes, cables and chargers, etc. This portable jet spray is an essential if you are traveling to a country where they don't use jet sprays. If you are traveling with a toddler, make sure to carry a bag for his favorite toys. This includes a doodling board, spinning thingy, alphabet board, duck squeezy, toy cars, etc. Medicine kit is the most important one when traveling with kids. I make sure I carry a separate bag for separating the dirty clothes from the clean ones. I'm also carrying a pressure cooker, rice, dal, basic masala, puri and puffed rice. It was almost dinner time and I'm back in the kitchen. I'm soaking white chana to have for breakfast tomorrow. We are having a very simple and quick dinner tonight. Aloo bhujia fry, begun bhaja and dal. Okay?
I almost got it.
Okay, first you give me kissy, I will give you. Thank you, Mama. These days the brinjals are very delicious in the market. It has less seeds and slightly sweet. Good time to make dishes with brinjal. Parth loved eating dal and aloo bhaja since his childhood and that's still his comfort food. So when he met my mom for the first time and when she asked him what do you like to eat the most so that she could make it for him, he said it's dal and aloo bhaja. My mom was a little upset since she expected a long list of fish and meat dishes as a Bengali. While I was making dinner, Parth put Zain to sleep. A quick tomato chutney, throwing everything in a chopper and that's it. Salt and mustard oil. Our Indian salsa is ready. This is leftover dal from lunch. Here's my favorite dinner ready. I would choose this any day over any fancy food in the world. Aloo fry, brinjal fry, dal, steamed rice and tomato chutney. Parth isn't a foodie. All he needs is his comfort food, that's all. For him, my love language is this dal and aloo bhaja and it just makes his day. Every time I make this, he would thank me at the end of the meal. It's the next day morning and waking up to Parth's famous morning coffee. Boiling the chana with 1 big cardamom, 2 pods of green cardamom, 3 cloves and tea leaves. Also making some suji halwa for Zain since he loves eating it with puri. Jeera, coriander powder, red chili powder, garam masala, pepper powder, salt and amchur powder. For the tarka I have added hing, green chilies, grated ginger, chopped onions and the masala paste. Once that starts to leave oil, we'll add the boiled chana to it. Here's our tasty breakfast ready. This is more like a kanjak prasad, just that I made the chana with onions. We as a Bengali never celebrated kanjak, but I have learnt it from my friends, and since then I love eating this. It is so delicious.
On the sand, snap, snap, the crawling corner.
Mama, look. Mama, did you see? Are you so chubby? Are you so chubby?
After breakfast, we headed out and we decided to go on a mini overnight staycation. We were going to stay at one of the farms some 2 hours away from our home. We were just so burned out from work, the city life and all the chaos. Sometimes these little breaks do recharge us and makes us productive again. This was a guava farm and we stayed at a container on the farm. This trip we specially made for Jude since he won't go with us for our travel. We wanted to spend some quality time with him and it was so worth it since he loved the space and could walk around freely without the leash. For lunch, they served us chicken curry, gobi manchurian, pulao, fruits, salad and roti. This wasn't a hotel or an Airbnb, so they didn't have any service as such. After lunch, Parth washed only the plates and the spoons that we used. Rest of the utensils they took it since lunch was served by a catering company. Evening was spent relaxing around the farm. The kids enjoyed the nature, the real earth, something they don't get in apartments. It was such a good change after very long. It was a tiny container with a bed and also an extendable bed underneath, a tiny kitchen and a bathroom. The outdoor space was so calming. When I think of it, I grew up in a similar setting. A house in a hill station with lots of space, a big lawn, a garden, trees, plants all around me. However, when we were there, I always wanted to live in a city and would admire the glamour a city had to offer. And many years later, my parents moved to Kolkata, a city again. Now I miss living that small town life so much. Living in an apartment enclosed by four walls feels so claustrophobic at times. I wish we could live in a place far away from the city amidst the calm and sereneness. The kitchen came with things like sugar, tea leaves, and milk, so we made our own tea in the evening.
Moon दिख रहा है. Can you see the moon? So beautiful.
Hey. Come, biscuit.
Biscuit.
What I loved the most was that we could have our tea outdoor. I remember as a child I saw my father having his morning and evening tea outdoor in the angan. That time I never realized the value of it. Now I could do anything to get back that life. When we think about it seriously, we realize a life in a small town comes with a lot of challenges, and I'm not sure if we are ready to sacrifice the city life. It's like a dilemma. I want a small town life with the luxuries of a city life. I know, too much to ask for. We were enjoying the outdoors so much, we were trying to spend as much time as possible outdoors. Best part was Zane and Jude had such a good time. While I fed Zane his dinner, Pat set the barbecue.
Which one?
You know Papa's choice.
A quiet place surrounded by lush greenery, sounds of the cricket, light music playing on the background, Zane sleeping, sound of the barbecue sizzling, and me and him with a glass of wine. Ah, just perfect. Sometimes it's just those little joys in life is all you need.
Your shoes. Down.
It's the next day. Parth made us some tea while the kids enjoyed some more of the outdoor time. Zane loves the outdoor. He is so happy after waking up, unlike at home.
Chit.
In a while, they also served us breakfast. There was masala dosa, coconut chutney, sambar vada, fruits, and guava from the farm.
Look at this. Something else comes. हम खिला के खाते हैं.
After breakfast, we relaxed for a while and then packed our bags and headed for home. We came home, took some good rest, and were all recharged. For dinner, we wanted something homemade yet easy and fulfilling.
Thank
Yeah, ow! Where's Mama mouth? Mouth? Good job. Where's Mama nose? Nose? Yay! Where's Mama ears? Yay! 1 cup of rice, half cup of masoor dal and half cup of moong dal. I'll pressure cook that for 2 whistles. This is called aloo bhate or siddha bhat. It's yet another comfort food for the Bengalis. Basically what I am making is a version of khichdi, just without the tarka. Aloo bharta, boiled squash, bhindi and eggs along with that. Quick and easy, just boil everything, rice, dal, choice of veggies and that's it. In some ghee goes in the sliced onions and dry red chilies. Mash the potato along with fried onions, dry red chilies and salt. This food reminds me of my childhood when my mom prepared this whenever we came back home after travel. This was basically a quick fix to fill the tummy, mostly because potatoes, dal and rice is always available at home. You don't need much for making this, yet it is so satisfying. This was couple of days later. It was our 14th anniversary, and since we are a couple first apart from being parents, we decided to go on a lunch date to celebrate our big day. I and Parth met in the year 2008 and we got married in the year 2011. I was only 22 years old. When I had Kaya, I was only 27. I was so naive into the world of motherhood. I thought doing anything for myself would make me a bad mom. For example, keeping a nanny to look after my kid would make me a bad mother. I always had the feeling of guilt in me, like they call it mom guilt. And amidst that, I almost forgot to live my life. I was frustrated and was always cranky as a mother. I would easily get irritated with the little things that Kaya did. And now when I think of it, I couldn't give Kaya a happy childhood as I was always under pressure of so many things on my plate. Parth used to travel extensively during that time and I didn't have a nanny or in fact any house help. I had to look after Kaya and also do the household chores all by my own. However, with Zain, I decided to do things differently. I realized my mental health is equally important, and hiring help doesn't make me love my child less. In fact, I'm less stressed and it helps me be a better mom. Like they say, you learn from your mistakes, you grow with time, and that's so true. I wish I could meet the young me and tell her to take it easy. Everything will be okay, just hang in there. Anyone going through a bad time, just remember that everyone is going through something or the other. Nobody has a perfect life, and if somebody says that to you, they are lying. Amidst the chaos, we are the ones who needs to find our calm. Do things that makes you happy. I will see you with a new travel vlog in my next video. Thanks for watching till the end. Bye.